What happens after probate is closed? Time limit for executor to distribute estate. That's our topic today. Let's get started right after this. Hi, I'm KimWard, real estate broker in San Diego, California, and expert for the past 20 years helping executors, administrators, and trustees with homes in probate. So what happens after probate is closed? What is the time limit for executor to distribute estate? This is a question that I'm frequently asked by my clients, and they're usually surprised about how very long in California it takes to finish a probate. Once the house has been prepared, marketed, and successfully sold, I will receive a closing statement. I will then send that closing statement to the attorney. That way the attorney can start on the next steps that they need to do in order to get the probate closed. I just spoke with my client David. We sold his mother's home 9 months ago, and he told me that they were just closing the probate this week. It's been 9 months since we sold the house. That's a long time, but that's what it can take. It depends on how complicated the estate is and how backed up the courts are. A key reason this takes so long is because an executor or administrator cannot close or settle the estate, making bequeaths to the beneficiaries, until all the creditors, all the debts, all the expenses have been satisfied. And unfortunately, California law does not set any specific time limit for closing an estate. Frequently, an executor will have to ask for an extension from the courts. That extension will cost some money in order to obtain it and complete all the paperwork. So you really only want to do this if there's some real reason that you cannot get the estate closed within the typical time frame of the first letters of administration that you'll receive. But sometimes there are situations beyond our control that can cause an extension to be necessary. And before the estate is closed, your attorney will guide you to keep some funds back for quite a while, sometimes until the following year's taxes are filed and completed, because things can come up that will need to be paid. And as the executor or administrator, you won't want to have delivered all of the funds that were in the estate to the beneficiaries, because it'd be next to impossible to get those funds back if something should pop up that needs to be paid from the estate. So that could be another year to 18 months before you distribute all of the proceeds to the beneficiaries, and you should be guided on that by your probate attorney. Naturally, it's really important to speak with a tax professional, someone that's well-versed in estate taxes and what can pop up. That way you'll have accurate answers to any questions that you have and not make any errors that could potentially affect you. And finally, based on my experience, the average probate will take about a year from the time that the property is put on the market and sold and the rest of the things are taken care of, and then you'll be able to distribute those proceeds. There are situations where some of my clients have distributed some proceeds early to particular family members or friends that really required a distribution of the estate assets prior to the closing. That's something that you also could speak with your attorney about. Typically, it's a small amount of money that perhaps the family member was living in the house and they needed to move out and they didn't have any assets themselves or any reserves in order to move out. So the attorney will work out distributing some of those assets early. This needs to be overseen by the probate courts, but it is very possible to get that done and help a family member or friend. So that's a quick overview about the closing of probate and what you can expect. I hope you liked this, and if so, go ahead and hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe, and if you want to be notified weekly of my videos all about probate, just go ahead and hit that bell button. You can comment below, or if you have questions, go ahead and put your questions below. I'll be sure to answer them. Hope you're staying safe, and I'll see you next week.